日本時間8月19日、ドジャースの大谷翔平選手が敵地でのロッキーズ戦に1番 DH で先発出場をしました。この日の大谷選手は1対1で迎えた3回の第2打席でフェルトナー投手の初球を完璧に捉え、打球速度 105.6 マイル、飛距離448フィートの特大30号ツーランを右中間へ打ち込みました。この一発で6年連続の30本塁打に到達し、現役ではシュワバー選手と並ぶ最長記録となりました。また試合後にはナ・リーグ MVP 争いも話題となり、ロバーツ監督はライバルの存在が大谷選手をさらに高みへ引き上げると語っています。試合後には先発のラウアー投手、そしてロバーツ監督がこの試合を振り返るインタビューに応じています。ラウアー投手はコーチでの投球を試練だったと率直に振り返り、ロバーツ監督も大谷選手がこのシリーズで本来の姿を取り戻していると賛辞を惜しみませんでした。ここからはその様子を字幕付きでご紹介します。
Eric, your 5 innings of work here, you've gotten, of course, some familiarity playing here, but what was it like just kind of navigating through their lineup, pitching at altitude for you tonight?
Definitely a bit of a tester. I was pretty happy with the way I was, commanding the ball, but overall, I mean, it's always kind of tough to find your breaking ball here, and just with how different everything moves, you kind of don't know what it's going to do each time, so trying to find that consistency with it should give you a little more confidence in it, and I just felt like I couldn't really find a consistent shape with anything today, especially the curveball slider.
Do you think that's what led to just, it seemed like you found yourself in situations, 2 outs, but just trying to get that third out was a little bit more difficult?
Yeah, I think I don't know if it was that specifically, but I think just in general, doing a better job with 2 outs, making sure that I'm not, giving up a hit or a walk or something just to extend the inning, try to get through it 1, 2, 3, and make it nice and easy for me.
Nothing's moving how you're used to. Like, how do you describe that mental challenge?
I can't say it on TV, but yeah, it's definitely like a known hurdle when you come here, and I think it's kind of crazy that we play in a place where everything's just completely different. But I mean, everybody has to deal with it, so you try to find the little cue or something that works that day, and hopefully you find it soon enough to where it doesn't affect the game.
I think the team's 11-1 in your starts. Do you have any idea, what's working for you? Have you got the silver bullet there?
I've been paying the guys to score me runs, but no, I mean a lot of that goes to the offense, just because it seems like every time I go out there I get some great run support, so it takes a lot of the burden off me, and I'm able to try to command the strike zone the way I do, and if they put the ball in play, I'm very confident in the defense I have behind me, so it just makes everything easier when you're scoring runs.
Dave, first, just how is Hunter feeling and how is he doing?
I think we're just trying to hydrate him. He's got this stomach bug or food poisoning, something like that. He was scuffling all game, and so finally he went as long as he could go, obviously, and he'll be down tomorrow, but he gave us a great effort.
When you look at this offensive performance, it seemed like last night it was the top of the order that was kind of bunching the hits. And then tonight you have the bottom of the order, Kyle, Teoscar, Tommy, all 3 of those guys getting something going. What does that do just as you're looking for the collective to really kind of get back to themselves?
Yeah, it was great. The bottom half of the order did a great job. Even Fetty drawing a couple walks right there was big. And the bottom half, which, fed into the top half. And, Shohei with the big homer, and Kyle with the big double, and obviously Teo swung the bat well. So a lot of good things. Freddie had a big hit, a couple big hits. I think Muncie's just playing good baseball. I thought defensively we were really sound today, and Eric coming off a long, extensive outing, his last start. I just didn't think he was as sharp as he was, the first few innings, but still, found a way to, get through 5, which I thought was huge. I know he'd want that last homer versus, I think, Castro back, but still gave us a chance to win. And, after that, I thought the bullpen did a nice job. And, we got burned a little bit, Evan walking that leadoff hitter. But, fortunately, we had Tanner rested up and can do a 1+ with them, which is big.
What did stand out to you in the 4 outs from him?
I thought he filled up the strike zone. He did a great job. Got the out, got the out to get out of that inning, which is big. And then I think Carrick put together a really good at bat. But, he got the outs that he needed, and we kept him under 30 pitches.
How important has he been this year, especially with the time that everyone's missed and just kind of what he's been able to give you in a lot of different roles out of the pen?
He's been great, man. Tanner doesn't complain. He's always ready, wants to pitch, wants to help his teammates, his team. And certainly given how last year went, for him to come back and right the ship, and he's been our most consistent reliever by far. And, I trust him and feel like you can use him in any situation.
You guys were all pretty bullish on him bouncing back well this year. Like, what was it about the way he handled last year, the way he came into the season that kind of gave you guys that confidence and what you've seen continue over the course of the year?
I think with Tanner, he's very good at, not kind of letting the noise affect him. He's got an inner confidence. He works really hard. He loves to just pitch. He just wants to pitch every day. So he doesn't run from, struggles, and he's got a lot of, like I said, he's got a lot of inner confidence. And I think for me, that's just an easy bet. And obviously the talent, it's, upper 90s, it's a good slider, and you'd like to think that every ball is not going to be down the middle like it was last year. And that's what's happened, and he's turned in a fantastic season.
What's Lauer meant to the team since he's come over? You guys are 11-1 on his starts. What has he got? What's he doing?
He's gritty. He's tough. He's not going to light up the velocity, the radar gun, but he competes his tail off. He's always prepared. He gives you everything he has, regardless of opponent, role, extra days rest, and he's a winner. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy for him because, he was off to a rough start in Toronto, coming off a really good year last year, and for us to see that, ability or what he could do for our ball club, he's been a really nice addition for us.
Shohei now hit 30 homers for 6 straight seasons. How impressive is that consistency?
Very, very. You got to be available. You've got to be a high performer, and Shohei, this series is back to being who he is, and I like the at-bat quality. I like the swing decisions, and obviously he's hitting homers out with breaking balls, fastballs, curveball tonight, and when he goes, it certainly adds a lot of energy to our offense.
Did you ever get caught up in things like the MVP race, which right now looks like Pete Crow Armstrong and Shohei, and it's pretty exciting to see those two kind of going toe-to-toe. Do you ever get caught up in those sorts of things?
I don't personally. I think it's great for baseball that, Pete's, made it a race. I think he is earning the praise. I think he plays a fantastic center field. He's put up tremendous numbers. And I honestly do think that it's going to make Shohei even better, too, to have someone pushing him.
いかがでしたでしょうか。このチャンネルでは MLB で活躍する日本人選手の最新情報を中心にどこよりも熱くお届けします。専門家の分析や選手の生の声で観戦がさらに面白くなりましたら、ぜひチャンネル登録と高評価をお願いいたします。皆様の応援が励みになります。今回も最後までご視聴いただき本当にありがとうございました。それではまた次の動画でお会いしましょう。